Welcome to our presentation, Effective Interaction with Multilingual Children, a Key to Learning Languages. My name is Justine Pillaert. My colleague Daan and I will talk you through the first results of our ongoing research project, the building blocks of effective interaction, and the way in which we try to coach volunteers who are engaged in all sorts of extracurricular activities for non-native speakers. This presentation is the result of an ongoing research project of the teacher training program of Vives, one of the institutions for higher education in West Flanders, one of Flanders' provinces. Our teacher training institution is based in Kortrijk, one of the bigger cities in West Flanders. This research project is a cooperation with the cities of Kortrijk, Roeselare and Izegem. In the last decade, these cities have been confronted with the rise of children with a multilingual background. For example, in 2018, almost 1/5 of the children in Kortrijk did not speak Dutch at home. Dutch is, however, the main language at their school, but not their mother tongue. There are many initiatives to support language acquisition at school, but also extracurricular.
In Belgium, there's a 2-month summer break, which causes a decrease in language proficiency, which is even more visible for non-native newcomers, as they don't speak Dutch at home. That's why cities such as Kortrijk, Roeselare and Izegem organize a so-called summer school. During 1 or 2 weeks, newcomers improve and renew their language skills through leisure activities such as cooking together, playing games, listening to stories, etc. In all these activities, language is learned informally, so the summer school is not a formal curriculum for learning Dutch. These activities are designed and supervised by volunteers who do a great job in designing a broad range of playful and attractive activities, but not always as effective in terms of language acquisition. Volunteers often feel the need of some support in second language acquisition, designing effective activities and stimulating interaction with second language learners.
That led us to this research question: how to support volunteers in creating language-oriented activities for non-native newcomers during leisure activities. The most difficult in answering this question is the fact that volunteers do not have much time to invest in these activities, and there is no such thing as an obliged course to volunteer in summer school activities. Cities who organize summer schools are, on the one hand, convinced of the added value of training and coaching their volunteers, but are, on the other hand, also relieved to find enough volunteers to take care of their summer school activities. Because the summer school focuses on leisure activities, our research project is directed towards informal language acquisition. Literature tells us that interaction is the key to learning a new language. Stimulating interaction seems easy, but it's not.
Stimulating qualitative interaction turns out to be more difficult. Qualitative interaction focuses on real interactions, in which you see your conversation partner as a full partner. You don't ask questions on which you already know the answer, but you use language for what it's meant to be, to interact and to freely discuss a topic together. In this study of Peleman, Van den Broek and Van Avermaat, for example, research shows that interaction in kindergarten is very limited, or in the case of second language learners, almost non-existent. At many moments, children are just waiting in silence for the next activity to start, and interaction turns out to be instructions instead of the real interaction we just talked about.
To coach volunteers, we designed this theoretical framework in which 4 building blocks help to design activities and stimulate qualitative interaction. The 4 key components of this framework are meaningful activities in which you need language to reach a certain goal, a well-taught language offer and vocabulary, real interaction, and support and feedback. The sub-items you see around those 4 components help volunteers to design and supervise activities in which interaction plays a central role. As you can see, multilingualism is a part of the framework as well, and it's a tool to support acquisition of Dutch. It helps to clarify the language offer, and it supports interaction as children are allowed to use their mother tongue to discuss. In this way, you are looking towards multilingualism as a tool in language acquisition. This is, especially in some schools, a new insight and not yet commonplace.
Next to this theoretical background, we are involved in the coaching and training of volunteers who are working with non-native newcomers. As it's not always easy to organize our training sessions on location, especially in COVID-19 pandemic times, we designed an online coaching tool. The goal of this first step of our training is to get to know the 4 building blocks of the theoretical framework. A rather theoretical approach of training volunteers appears to be not that effective, so we decided to confront volunteers with a series of real-life examples. In the training tool, trainees are asked to compare a series of authentic summer school activities and to decide which of these activities are triggering the most effective interaction. By clarifying their choices, volunteers are using the theoretical framework, and by doing so, their awareness for features of effective interaction raises. This first step of our training tool, the comparison of a series of videos, is the assignment we would like to introduce to you. In our next session, we look forward to your thoughts on the qualitative interaction in the different videos.
In the next step, volunteers design their own summer school activities and are trying to create as many effective interactions as possible. Our main goal is giving them feedback, suggesting alternative ideas, and presenting good practices. As this is an ongoing research project, both the theoretical framework and the coaching tool are subject to changes. This means that your feedback of the workshop is valuable input for our research project.
Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us.